the line was thick. People were going to worship God with Heineken. People were going to worship God with Budweiser. Unioshe unitakase kweli niwe mweupe kabisa. And people are and people dancing, bro. Yes, and people are in the club.
Until Casey Ventura, who is Diddy's former girlfriend. And Diddy has dated so many people, but Casey is the one who brought to light whatever was happening behind the scenes, things we were never sold to, because what we were sold to is Diddy was this kind of a hustler who was making the music airwaves, rocking the music airwaves, and he's been a good entrepreneur, and he's been known to hold these amazing parties that now we are being told that these things were not as black and white as we thought they were.
Chief, I'm just looking at Diddy stories right now that are making headlines, and I'm gonna just read a few that are catching my eye right now. There is one here that says Diddy, and this is from TMZ, I believe. It says Diddy Miami Bash featuring naked women buffet resurfaced 2004 pics. The East, everyone is doing big moves only for them so that they can beat the Bucks. Which we are not panicking.
What do you mean Bucks? What do you mean Bucks?
No, because everyone is doing big trades, big moves. Everyone wants to be high and mighty just to face Giannis Antetokounmpo. Chief, Giannis is chill. Giannis is enjoying. His honeymoon is still going on. The world is changing. A mother was on an interview, and she said, it is high time parents got consent from their kids before changing their diapers. Because if not, that one is sexual harassment.
When I leave you, just stop there.
Anyway, welcome to Heart of the Matter. With me, man Greg. With my man as well.
Omosh TM.
Omosh TM. That's your official name now.
Yes.
Chief. So,
Undiek,
how have you been?
Undiek, this morning I'm disappointed, man.
Hey, why are you disappointed, my friend?
I'm dismayed, I'm disgruntled. I was taking one of the best, the most amazing, refreshing sleep of my life. I was strolling in those golden gates.
Yeah.
The streets where there is peace and tranquility and harmony. Before I was rudely awakened by this upsetting phone call. I don't know who informed you that that was the right time for you to call me and wake me up.
But Chief, if we have to record, we have to record. If we have to...
Mind when you're calling somebody, you can't call me when I'm enjoying my rest. You can't call me when I'm strolling in those golden harmonious gates.
Chief, let me tell you, for this podcast to be what it needs to be, if we have to wake up at 3 on your day off, we have to do what we have to do. So
anyway, this is Heart of the Matter, and I'm home today. I'm just, I don't even have words to tell you, but anyway, let's make this thing rolling. Let's get Heart of the Matter. I think I'm excited.
Okay,
now,
Chief.
This is
yes, and I have a lot of things on my plate today. However, I want us to start with something that happened yesterday, and I want to know your perspective. Let's go to gospel, and tell me a good one gospel artist that you know one legendary gospel artist.
My go-to gospel, it's not, I mean, I have a couple of them. Do I really have to say one, or I can
No,
mention
just
them?
mention mention a few. Mention a few gospel artists who have made the gospel industry in this world be what it is.
I'm a huge fan of Hillsong, United, Sesewinas, Tasha Cobbs. Those are my go-to gospel artists, and Tauren Wells. I think every time I'm driving, I'm going on a long drive, especially if I'm having an early morning drive.
Yes.
I have a gospel list of their songs,
Okay.
and that list is called Morning Devotion. Anytime I feel down and dejected,
Yes.
I always tune into them. Anytime I just feel I need to uplift my mood, or I want to connect with, I want to tap on that spiritual realm,
Yeah.
those are my go-to gospel artists. Of course, there are a few people here and there, but those are the most common ones. Yes.
Very well. Now, the reason I brought this up is because yesterday, for the first time in my life, I believe, I went to a gospel concert, Chief. I went to a gospel concert for the first time in my life. I went. So I went to this gospel concert, and the star of the concert was none other than the legendary Kirk Franklin. I don't know if you know Kirk Franklin. He has sung this song, "Just Smile." You know, he says "smile," and he has sung a lot of. And then, "Do you want a revolution?" Ooh, ooh. You know that song?
Bro,
Do you want a revolution?
just a version. Never. I don't want to see you next to a studio, but you can talk about Kirk Franklin, but don't try to imitate what he does.
No, but that's one of the songs he was singing there, and I have to bring the context. Anyway, Chief, it was beautiful. That man can perform. That man is good. He was doing the reunion tour, and it was marvelous. However, something caught my eye. Gospel concerts. You know how people, in the middle of the concert, people get dehydrated, people need to eat something, people need to bite something. But then, as I was strolling, looking for something I can also bite, there was a stand selling liquor. This is a gospel concert. And there is a stand selling hard alcohol and beer. And so people, and the line was thick. That's what caught my eye. The line was thick. People were going to worship God with Heineken. People were going to worship God with Budweiser. And some mixed cocktail.
They literally took that place where Jesus turned water into wine, and now they decided, because Jesus is not here to turn the water into wine, they decided to bring their own lake.
Can you imagine, Chief? Can you imagine? And I caught myself thinking, is it okay? I will want my people from Heart of the Matter to just try and explain. Is it okay to sell liquor and alcohol in a gospel concert? Because for me, what I'm thinking is, if you go to a gospel concert, once you are in there, you are in the house of the Lord. That is now no longer an arena anymore. It's no longer a stadium. It is now a church. Or unless, I don't know. Maybe tell me your thoughts.
Odik, this is hard to process, because I don't want to be seen as I'm judging, but at the same time, America is full of surprises. That's what I came to learn. The conventional ways and our traditional morals and spirit, and by traditional morals I mean our African spiritual traditional morals.
Yes.
Highlight that in the presence of the Lord, or in the presence of the house of the Lord, there are certain things that you can never see. Okay? Because it's something I've also witnessed here. I've gone to church several times, and
Yes.
every time I go to church, I find you, and I'm just bringing. Before I come back to you to your context. I go to church, and then you find these couples, and they are pretty much cuddling each other inside the church. And for the longest I used to struggle with that. People holding hands, somebody leaning on the other. I used to try, because, like I said, from our traditional spiritual morals, there are certain things in the presence of the Lord, or in the house of the Lord, you're not supposed to do, like holding your partner's hands, like
Cuddling.
stroking them, and a cuddling, or PDA. Yes, as the new generation will call it, public display of affection.
Yes.
You tend to reserve those things to your private abode. But in America, it's possible. Also, there's certain things that probably in America it's pretty normal,
Yeah.
but in our traditional, conventional, spiritual morals, we don't allow them, or we don't even see them as something that can happen. And I think these are one of what you saw yesterday is one of those things that, if you go to that setup where we come from, you will not find them selling liquor in a place where is filled with Holy Spirit and all that. But however, because I've also gone to Hillsong, Tasha Cobb's concert, and I wasn't keen enough to go look for something to drink, because the entire time I was filled with the Holy Spirit. I was just singing and jumping and praising the Almighty God. And this is not an excuse, but from the perspective that I come from is, there's some people who've just gone there to have fun. They're not literally there for their spiritual consumption. They're just there to have fun. They're taking their spouses, the people organizing the event. They're looking at it from a business perspective, irrespective of or the event organizers, or people participating in this event. They're looking at it from a business perspective, and from a business perspective, anywhere there's a crowd, there's somebody who is partaking, and hence them selling things that you can imbibe, like alcohol and etc., etc. So America is I would just still summarize it that America is a land full of surprises, that even in those darkest corner, or those light corners that are filled with light, you will still find things, earthly things, and you'll be dismayed. You'll be shocked to understand that, okay, this is happening here.
And just to add on to that, and I would even generalize it to America and stuff. And I think this trend has begun because even back home, many times when you go clubbing and we are at the climax, that's when you find this DJ will want to put a very touching gospel song. I think you've seen some trends where Bwana unioshe unitakase kweli niwe mweupe kabisa, and people are and people dance to it, bro. Yes, and people are in the club. So I don't know why. Yes. I don't know how did we get to. However, like,
but let me ask you: is it wrong for a gospel song to be played in a club? Like, for example, there was this famous song growing up. Her name was Esther Wahome.
Yeah.
She sang this song, Kuna Dawa, Kuna Dawa. That song at 3 a.m. when you're clubbing, and you are rocking the boat. You as how do you call it? You're on top of water. Uko juu ya maji like a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those people who don't know, uko juu ya maji means you're on top of water. You're on top of water like a boat.
Yes.
Yeah? And the DJ just tuned in that song, Kuna Dawa. That's when you realize I need to get saved. All alcoholics, let's gather here.
So
that's when they realize,
Yeah, okay. My bottom line is, as I summarize on this topic, I don't want us to dwell much. Is I don't
Yes.
I don't know if I can say it's wrong, but there's just something I'm feeling about it, because there's just something,
There's something in it. Yes.
during my prime era when I used to chug a bottle, whenever I chug a bottle, but nowadays I stopped because I used to chug a bottle, but the doctors told me
Uh-huh.
I can never get tipsy in my life. But that's a story for another day. No matter
Uh-huh.
how much I
You were
consume,
trying to you were trying to experiment what happened beyond getting tipsy.
but
Like you
I
got
still.
tipsy to a point now you want to experiment what happens beyond it.
But that's the thing, I can't even get to the tipsy point. One day I chugged a whole Don Julio, but I was just standing and I walked home. But anyway,
I thank the Lord that you're here with us. Because
no.
those are dangerous parts to you to go
But,
down.
but,
But it's okay.
no, but the thing is, I didn't know what to feel about it because the line was thick and there was a lot of people. But sometimes you see, I didn't pay attention now when I was inside the concert to see who is chugging and what are they doing, and are they like in the spirit and stuff. But also sometimes I looked at it like you are in the house, you are cleaning up on a Sunday, you are chill, watching maybe football as you clean and you are drinking something. And you can play gospel music as you go. So I think we will
That
leave
is
it
the new
to
gen.
God to judge. We can't say anything about this topic.
Yes.
I'm glad one time, for the first time, I brought you a topic on something we don't have a resolution for.
Which that is also the interesting part about this, how things are changing nowadays.
Mm,
Because go back to even church, the Holy Communion itself, that
yes.
thing. If you're an Anglican, bro, that drink they give you is not your regular or conventional water.
Yes. Chief,
Some churches just bring you Heineken and Hennessy.
Hennessy in the church.
But it's okay. Yes, sir. But it's
Mo-
okay.
Moving on, here at home of the matter, we
Yes.
are going to a topic that has been making rounds, and we don't want to speculate, but we want to analyze the Diddy issue. There's this guy who has been trending for almost 2 weeks now in a row, and many people seem to be panicked by his arrest because they know they were associated with him in one way or another. Some people are coming out clean saying, yes, he is guilty. He deserves everything that's coming his way. One video trending is of Diddy whooping a woman like a log of bricks while the woman was trying to escape through the elevator, and she then drags the woman back to the room. That video, by all, in all ways, it is wrong. And if if he's declared innocent of anything else, then that is the only video that should incriminate him for some period of for some time in jail. However, that aside, this Diddy issue, the way it came to be, and I told you, I think we talked during the week, I said I tried to investigate more on this guy and see why he was,
Investigate.
yeah,
You.
not investigate, but I'll look into the matter. And I tried to see how he got to the place where he is. He even got the key to the city of New York. This guy was a man of influence. But now he's under arrest and they're doing a lot of investigation. I hear there are tapes. And we have very big names that are panicking, Chief. What's your thought on this Diddy issue? And what do you think is going to happen, be it that he is found guilty?
As a young man who grew up listening to Diddy,
Uh-huh.
or just idealizing the bad boy record label, you kind of have that attachment issue with what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever we are being exposed to right now is not the what we were sold to back then. That's what I'm trying to say. That
Mm.
the things that are coming out right now and the things that are making to the social media airwaves are really gut wrenching. They're
Yeah.
disappointing.
Yeah.
They are things that you don't wish even your worst enemy to go through. And it's a conversation with, like you said, we had a conversation and I told you until Casey Ventura, who is Diddy's former girlfriend, and
Mm-hmm.
Diddy has dated so many people, but Casey is the one who brought to light whatever was happening behind the scenes, things we were never sold to. Because what we were sold to is Diddy was this kind of a hustler who was making the music airwave, rocking the music airwaves, and he's been a good entrepreneur, and he's been known to hold these amazing parties that now we are being told that these things were not as black and white as we thought they were.
Mm.
But I'm disgruntled by the revelation of the tapes, the videos, and even the things that are now coming to light. There are
Yeah.
even some Justin Bieber songs that he used to sing as we were being entertained by them. But now they make perfect sense when Justin Bieber say he sold his soul for the money and the fame, and now he's even questioning himself, was it worth it? But anyway, we won't go so deep into what Justin Bieber. Maybe he was just singing because he's an artist. And yeah, back to the Diddy issue. Like you say, early this year, this guy was given the keys to New York. And if New York is not your regular town,
No. No.
somebody once told me that if New York goes to sleep, the whole world goes to sleep. Because that's where we have the Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, New York controls the whole world, and he's been given the key to that city.
Yes.
Do you know what that means? The magnitude of that. Anyway,
Yeah.
until Casey came out, the Diddy we saw was that one person who everybody wanted to be associated with. Everybody wanted to attend these parties just because of what was out there and how people used to talk about it. Seen celebrities say, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party."
Yeah,
So
I know
now
the
we're here
celebrities who
and
say that.
we're and we won't mention names because
I
it
know
is
who
not in
said there is no party like a Diddy party. I know him. It's a big
and
name.
we won't we won't mention names because that is not we're not here to mention names.
Yes.
We are here to talk about to scrutinize this issue. Now, the fall risk comes to anybody who's been seen or been heard or been associated with the name Diddy after all these allegations. And bro, it is sickening. If you read the indictment, it is sickening. It is something that it is not your regular case, bro. The tapes that were recorded, we are even told that they got 100, was it 1,000 baby oil?
Yeah.
Which later somebody came to enlighten us that they might just not be baby oil. Why would the FBI just pick baby oil, bro?
Oh, so what will they be,
And
Chief?
confiscate. So they say allegedly that there are conventional ways
Yeah.
to make people comply with you without paying them, because sometimes there are people you might not be able to afford them. So the only way to do that is to drag them. And this baby oil might have had some things that could have, because you remember in the indictment they say he used to drag people to make them comply to his demands. So allegedly this baby oil might have been used to marinate people so that they can comply and do whatever Diddy asked them. I'm not saying, I'm just whatever is on the social media street.
No, but
But
I
I'm
get
just
you.
trying.
Continue, I get you. What you're trying to say.
All I'm trying to say is Diddy is in that place we call a rock and a hard place.
It's a very
And
hard rock.
the people involved are not your regular people. I not the normal day John Doe and Onyango Tieno.
Hmm.
The people involved are the who and who. The most influential people, the people we've looked up to at some point, the people we have called our role models.
That's true. That's true.
And it's really interesting where this is going to lead. But to be honest, I'm really so. My heart pours out to people, to victims of Diddy parties, especially the ladies, because, bro, all I'm trying to say, bro, when power, money, and influence get to people's head,
Chief, I'm just looking at Diddy stories right now that are making headlines, and I'm gonna just read a few that are catching my eye right now. There is one here that says Diddy, and this is from TMZ, I believe. It says Diddy Miami Bash featuring naked women buffet resurfaced 2004 pics. Chief, while I won't even go into details, I'll just leave it there. Number two, there's another headline here saying Diddy accuser's lawyer claims high-profile person has been seen in an X-rated tape. High-profile person. They haven't mentioned yet, but they will. That is just 40 minutes ago. Male prostitute turns in. Bombshell video of Diddy's freak-off OG. Odiek. Ellen DeGeneres, strange nickname for Diddy, resurfaces and sparks some attention. Diddy eager to testify in criminal trial focused on sex trafficking. I think that's one of the things that he has to testify, I think, in this week or the coming weeks ahead. Man, none of the headlines is on his side. You know, if it was, oh, he did this good thing, but this was bad. You know, sometimes even if you're debating about who is good, who is bad, there are some people who will say, oh, I like this guy. And some people will say, oh, we don't like him. But right now, all these high-profile names we are talking about, all these people that we suspect are linked to Diddy, nobody has come up and said, you guys are taking this Diddy issue too far. Because they know. They were there, they know. And they know it. Nobody has come to social media and said, yo, this, you know, if it was a win-win, some people would have been like, no, you guys are just talking too much about Diddy. He's just a man, you know, stuff like those will be coming up.
We know him as, yeah.
I remember even the other guy, Mr. R. Kelly. There was a whole team of people who came with big banners to the courtroom every day saying R. Kelly was set up. Remember? If you watch the Surviving R. Kelly documentary, nobody is doing nothing like that for Diddy because this one is intense. Because the things that he did alone, just from reading, and then you see that video of him hitting that woman by the elevator, nobody can come up and even dare to defend this guy. And now we are in a situation where high-profile names are at stake. People will look up to, saying, and here, bro, what is it with doing something that's wrong, and you just have this urge, like, you know what, this will be perfect if we record it. You already know what you're doing is, you've dragged these people. What is it with, like, right now, Chief, if I'm going to steal someone's purse or something, what would come to my head and say, by the way, before I pickpocket this person, let me go on live? Are you getting the gist?
But you know, the reason, I get you, but the reason because the indictment says that he used these tapes, the recordings, because he was recording the who and who.
Yeah.
So these were his collateral. These were his collateral so that he can blackmail people. And even the people, the victims, they were using this kind of stuff to blackmail them so that they don't come out. So in his head, in his wisdom or lack of the same, at that moment, he felt using these tapes and recording was a collateral for him to remain, to have that dominance. Because when somebody has a vulnerable recording of you, whether it is you consented to it or not, bro, you can't just you were walking on eggshell at that moment. So to him, that's what he thought, which to me I find it's disheartening, and it's also something that I would not encourage. But at the same time, at least it's going to shed more light into this investigation, and these victims are going to have justice finally. Because now their story, if somebody comes up and say this happened in 2000, how do you find witnesses in 2000? But if there's a recording and the FBI has it, it backs up your story.
That is crazy. That is really, really crazy. In a nutshell, Chief, as I come to a close of this topic about Diddy, because we can talk about this for a good 1 hour. But one thing I said, I told you about this in the week, and this is my perspective. I'm not saying this is what it was, but many celebrities out here, after digging deep into the Diddy issue, are not living the life that they want because of the publicity that they receive. They cannot be who they are anymore. And even if they are not happy in their marriages and life, they just have to be there, because what will the media, what will the nation say if you leave your 10-year, 12-year, 30-year wife? We look up to you. What are you trying to convey? And so I think Diddy back then realized this and said, you know what, I will create an environment where these top high people can be who they wanna be, can do what, bro, what is a woman buffet? So this guy created an environment where you are a top class celebrity, all eyes are on you. You know where you can be yourself? A Diddy party. That's just what I'm thinking. And that's why you see so many high profile links are with him. These people who are connected, they have kids, they are married, they are public figures. And so many people have said they've been to Diddy's party, but it gets to a point when they just have to get out. Some people have been there, but they say, oh, just don't go upstairs, because once you're upstairs, it's like a different level of Squid Game. Anyway, Chief, enough of Diddy party and Diddy. We will let the law come into effect. Right about now, Chief, I
feel like I'm mad. That topic just made me feel like I'm mad already.
That's why I want us to get out of that topic 100% and go to something very, very juicy, something that we have been talking about, and the thing that built heart of the matter, which was the NBA. Chief, a lot of changes have been happening in the NBA, and Chief, guess what? Guess what is happening this October? The NBA is back. The NBA.
I thought you were going to talk about Bucks.
No, Chief, I don't generalize.
I was about to punch you.
No.
I was about to punch you because this morning, I'm really struggling not to use my mean right hook on you. But no. Yes, NBA is back in October.
Chief, I mean, okay, I love other sports. I love NFL. I love
football.
I love football. I love soccer. Chief, I'm not very huge on baseball, apart from the day Otani broke a record, which we will talk about after this, but we'll talk about Otani later. I'm not very deep into baseball. I confess that to the public. You can't love everything. I don't want to come to this podcast and say, oh, this is the heart of the matter. We know everything about sports. No. But if something extraordinary, like the Otani happens in baseball, we will talk about it. That's why this is home. We talk about anything. But, Chief, before I go very far from the topic, NBA is coming back, and that is one of the best sports I like, Chief. I like it because it is fast. I like it because it has the buzzer beater. I like it because it is oomph. You have to have pound for pound. I like it because it is all about trash talk.
Only.
Tight games only. Chief. I've never I like that. I like when the buzzer beater goes and the game is going to overtime because Steph Curry from the logo drilled a 3-pointer. Chief.
Yes. Yes.
However, I've realized something about the NBA this coming season. Especially in the East. The West, nothing is going on in the West. I think the West is going down under. However, before you continue, let me explain. The West is just sleeping. The only thing they're doing is improving their stadiums, and that is okay. That is okay. But in the East, people are trading like no one's business. Like it started with Philadelphia. They took Paul George, and they still added Yabusele. And then you look at New York Knicks and Minnesota. Minnesota is the West. But you saw what New York Knicks took from the Minnesota? Now they have Carl Anthony Towns. People are trading, and the East, everyone is doing big moves. Only for them, so that they can beat the Bucks. Which we are not panicking.
What do you mean Bucks?
Eh?
What do you mean Bucks?
No, because everyone is doing big trades, big moves. Everyone wants to be high and mighty just to face Giannis Antetokounmpo. Chief, Giannis is chill. Giannis is enjoying. His honeymoon is still going on. You guys are fighting hard. I'm not scared at all, Chief. Let me tell you one thing. I am not panicking one bit. Not at all. In fact, yesterday you made me very happy when the greatest athlete of all time, the greatest gymnast, paid a visit to the Bucks, none other than Simone Biles, and told us you will win the championship, and signed Chris Middleton's jersey, and said Chris Middleton is good, which is a lie. But
bro, that is not coincidental if you know her history.
Whose history?
Simone Biles. It was only right for her to visit Bucks. She couldn't visit the Lakers. Ask me why.
Why? She has air tickets.
Wait. The boyfriend plays for Green Bay Packers. Packers and the Bucks are from the same city. So that is, she's.
But they moved to Chicago.
In French. In Lou,
they moved to Chicago. Why couldn't she go to Chicago Bulls? The boyfriend moved to Chicago.
She moved. But the boyfriend is a Parker, bro. Parker in Milwaukee.
No, the boyfriend is a Bear, Chief. Cousins. The boyfriend is a Bear. The boyfriend traded to Chicago Bears, Chief. What are you saying? They should go to Chicago Bulls. But he said, you know what? Let's go back home where the truth is.
How many games has the boyfriend played for the Bears?
That is not important. But listen. My point of the matter here, Chief, you are going astray. Now we are talking about people's boyfriend. The topic here is the East is doing all they can to beat the Bucks. I think it's only the Bucks and Celtics who are staying as is.
Let me ask you, because now you're trying to make Bucks feel like they are this dream team that the NBA has never seen. Yet there's nothing that the Bucks has ever done that no other team has. In fact, the Lakers will have more championship than even the Bucks. The Lakers, we are the only team. Okay? To have won the Emirates in-season tournament. There's no other team in the NBA that has that. If the world was to end today, the Lakers will go down in history as the only team.
Let me ask you a question, Chief.
The most decorated team in the NBA currently is the Lakers.
Let me ask you a question. How many Emirates Cup has there been since NBA started?
How many what?
Emirates Cup tournaments has there been? since the NBA started.
Only one. And do you know
Okay,
which
I
team
wash
won
my
that
hands.
one?
I wash my hands.
Every team had. Oh, you don't wash your hands, bro. Don't
No.
wash your hands. But come back here.
We cannot
and still
start.
eat it.
We cannot start.
We still have. We still have. We have. So let me ask you. This Emirates Cup, was it just handed over to the Lakers?
No, they got it. I give them that. But Chief, we cannot say that now they're the
No,
Emirates champions just because of one.
Every team was given a fair shot. True or false?
Tournaments start after 3 games. After 3 tournaments. We start counting after 3 championships.
After 3 games. And your Bucks decided to how do you call it? I don't even have words to describe what Bucks decided because they are that useless.
Chief, just I think I'm the one who will swing my 5 on your chin.
Okay, let me go back to what you're trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Chief, you're talking about the East are doing working overtime.
Yeah.
The East is doing this. Chief, don't forget that the Dallas Mavericks traded for Klay Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget that Sacramento Kings got DeMar DeRozan. Don't forget that Russell Westbrook was traded from Clippers to Denver Nuggets. Why are all these teams doing this? They want to beat the Lakers. They want to beat the King. They know they cannot match the King without assembling a solid team. We just Timberwolves, your former Minnesota, your former town. They traded for Julius Randle and Divisenko. Bro, teams are lining up in the West. The West teams are trying to bulk up to beat up the Lakers.
Let me tell you something.
That is the only threat. Yes.
No. The thing I wanted to say about that, now that you brought the trade between the Knicks, let's focus on this trade between the Knicks and Timberwolves, that mixed trade.
Yeah.
I think, and I said I'll tell you this today because I didn't want to spoil the broth yesterday, but you're gonna argue with me. However, with Karl Anthony Towns gone, I think we will see a new Rudy Gobert.
Tell me something new, bro.
We are going to see a new Rudy Gobert. It is all on you, Rudy Gobert. We have nothing else to look up to. Rudy Gobert, you are now the full defense. You don't have Karl Anthony to help you. We are eyeing on you. The people who you were traded were offensive players who have been brought to the Timberwolves. Who you can't all be offense. We need one person in the back. Chief, Rudy Gobert has to step up. We have victimized, he has been victimized in podcasts. People have said stuff about him. I think it is time for Rudy Gobert to prove why he is the 4-time. But 4-time, bro. But Rudy Gobert, it's time for you to prove why you're the 4-time defensive player of the year this year. Usually people will say, oh, they benched you so that Anthony Towns play. And he used to step up. But Rudy Gobert, it is your time. Now or never. What do you think?
Chief, I think this trade is a win-win for both teams. Both of them are losing some of their pieces because you look at Julius Randle. I mean, the Knicks have struggled to have Julius Randle healthy in the off-season. I think that's why they pulled that plug on him. But Julius Randle is one heck of a player. Divinchenko is a good and amazing role player. So it's somebody I would want him on the Lakers because he understands his role. He's like a low-budget Derek White. But be it as it may, the Knicks are trying to bulk up with things that have been happening in the East. 76ers bulking up, and their biggest rival, Boston Celtics, just are the defending champions. So I see what New York Knicks are trying to do. That is the biggest team in the East, whether you like it or not. New York Knicks is the biggest team in the East. And
Chief, just even Boston, I will agree. But New York Knicks, biggest team in the East. New York Knicks.
it's the biggest team in the
New York Knicks.
It's the biggest team. There's no team that
Chief,
has a
New
big
York
fan
Knicks.
base in the East.
Fan
More
base
than
is
New York
not
Knicks.
championship, bro.
That is
And let me tell you, fan base is something that was created by the people who are there before the people who are there now. That was when New York Knicks was New York Knicks. See the biggest fan of the New York
Why
Knicks,
did-
Spike Lee. How
why
old is
did-
Spike
why
Lee?
didn't-
Because those are the
Why
people who
didn't they
great.
like the Bucks?
Because the Bucks is the new baby who is the rookie who has now come up and is whooping people left, right. Bro, why don't people like Kansas City? Because this team from the village is whooping people in the NFL. That's what's happening with the Bucks. They're like, how are they doing it? Because of Giannis and the team around him. Bro, one thing I like about
Before you go on, it is illegal to put Kansas City Chiefs. These are the Chiefs, KC. Look at this. It is illegal to put Kansas City and Milwaukee Bucks in the same sentence. Milwaukee Bucks only have one championship. Kansas City, we have 3. We have the best player, the GOAT of all time in NFL, Patrick Mahomes. Don't get me started, bro. Don't you dare put Kansas City and let me warn you. This is the last time. You putting Kansas City and Milwaukee Bucks in the same sentence. Those things, that is illegal. It is treasonous, and you should never dare do that again.
Chief,
And you're laughing. You think I'm joking with you?
I will not withdraw my
You think I'm
statement.
joking?
But listen.
You have to withdraw and apologize.
Eh,
But let me finish because you rudely interrupted my thought.
okay, I apologize.
So this trade between New York Knicks and Minnesota, both teams are losing their biggest pieces. Minnesota drafted Karl Anthony Towns, and he was the #1 pick draft.
Yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns is one of the big men who can shoot from deep and can dominate the paint.
Yes.
Last season we saw Karl Anthony Towns drop 62 points, career high. He's one of the anchors of Minnesota,
Yeah.
and they're also trading the #1 draft pick. So I think it's a win-win. It's gonna be interesting on who's gonna make good use of the pieces they've got, but I think it's a win-win trade for both teams, and I'm really looking forward to see how Karl Anthony Towns is going to adjust, and how Julius Randle, after his surgery, because that's what kept him off last season, he had a shoulder surgery, how he's going to make a comeback.
Yeah.
However, be it as it may, bro, Rudy Gobert, I wish you all the best. But,
This-
I don't think there's anything more that we've never seen of Rudy Gobert that he's about to show us. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, and just to add something, there's this guy, Mikal Bridges. I think he's underrated. People don't talk much about him, but him teaming up with Jalen Brunson in the New York Knicks is gonna be a game changer. Mikal Bridges is one person I know who always steps up. He single-handedly really tried pushing the Brooklyn Nets, and now that he left Brooklyn Nets, man. First KD left, and then Harden left, and he was there alone, and we were like, oh, New York Knicks is doomed. I personally watched one of his games live in Atlanta when they were facing the Hawks. Mikal Bridges did not lose hope, and that's when you know who is a real player, when all the superstars leave the team, and your team is left without any star player, but you still step up. I feel like he's in the right place, and I'm glad that the New York Knicks took him. Now, I don't know, like right now, if I look at the Brooklyn Nets roster, I can only compare it to the our non-dominant teams like the Charlotte Hornets, Wizards, and teams like those. So because there's no player to really look to in the Brooklyn Nets. So I'm glad for Mikal Bridges because now he'll have more eyes on him, and he has an opportunity to really show the things that he can do. It's the same thing that happens to, I don't know, you remember Schroeder, Dennis Schroeder. He really stands out when he plays in the Lakers, but whenever he goes to any other team, he's like yet another player, But right now he's with the, I think, Toronto Raptors.
The king makes you great when you play with him.
That is what I want.
It's the king effect.
No, my goal is if you play with the Kings, you will be noticed. But if your team has no king, it is sad. Anyway, Chief.
But my prediction?
Yeah.
The East, we only have a 3-horse race. 3-horse.
Yes.
We have the Celtics. We have Milwaukee Bucks and New York Knicks. Every other team is others. Anyway,
Chief, now that you said your prediction, there's something I wanted us to do. Let me see if I can get a pen. Let me just use my notepad here. I want us to do something interesting that will put us. It will keep us hostage for the rest of the season. And this is how it's gonna be. Me and you are gonna name our top 5 players in the NBA. It can be from any team.
Yes.
In any game that they play, if they score, if they are the player of the match, the most points, something like that, Any game that they play and they had the most points, you get a point. In that order, so that by the time this preseason ends, we now analyze how many points.
Who got it right, and who has the most points.
Yes. Let's go. Give me your top 5. I know obviously your number 1 is LeBron. I don't even need to ask you. Okay, who is your number 2?
Team captain is LeBron. My number 2, I'm going with.
Wait. Hold up. Before you say anything, if we do it like that, you'll take all the good people. So you say one, I say one. You say one, I say one. That's how it will be fair. So your team captain
is. We're not supposed to go.
No.
Take the same players, okay?
Yeah, we can't take the same players. We just wanna. You take one. It's like you're selecting. It's
pretty much we're making a prediction of the All-Star.
Yes. My number 1 definitely is team captain is Giannis. Okay, wait, I need to organize this thing right, so I'll put Giannis down here. Okay. Alright. Tell me your number 2.
I'm flying down to Denver, Colorado. And you know who I'm going to? I'm picking up the one and only 2-time MVP, the reigning MVP. Right? He's the former Mr. Yes. Mr.
The Joker.
Nikola, the Joker, Jokic.
If you go with the Joker, I'm going to Dallas Mavericks. And I will take the donkey. Mr. Luka Doncic. Okay. Give me your number 3.
Okay. You're throwing in a splash bro in there, then I have no other choice but to pick Steph. Chef.
You're going with Steph. Now that's an interesting one. I have to be very keen with my next choice. Give me a second here. I need to be very wise.
You have all the time in the world.
All
the time in the world.
I need.
Ja Morant is there. Let me throw a few names for you.
No, don't throw. Okay. If you pick Steph, who's this guy? Hold up. Bro, you must make a wise decision. I will go with. Let me see here. Nope. I will go with Joel Embiid.
You're going big, eh?
I'm going with Joel
Going
Embiid.
big.
I like my team. I like my team.
So we are 3-3, eh?
3-3.
2 more to go.
2 more to go. And then we'll give you one substitute each.
Okay. You picked Joel Embiid. I'm going to come back to Suns. One interesting person.
Take him, please. I'm begging you to take him.
And that person is none other than Book. Devin Booker.
I thought you were going to pick KD. I would laugh at you very hard.
No,
You are wise.
I love Book, bro.
Today I'll say you are
I love
wise.
Book.
Okay.
I love Book.
Now that you've thrown a spanner to the works, I'm also going to. I won't throw a spanner. I'll stay loyal. I'm going with. Nah, I'll just stay loyal, and I know this guy will come back with a vengeance. My number 4th pick is none other than Jason Tatum.
Time. Oh, you're forgetting them time.
I'm looking at points. You know, once I know Giannis in the box will always be player of the match, so I know he'll give me more points than Dame. So I'm looking at someone who will give me points every game. And I know Tatum is coming back with a vengeance. Remember, you people snubbed him in the Olympics. So I'm sure he'll come back to prove his second name. Alright.
Jason Tatum. Who's gonna? So I have Steph and Book as the point and number 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then at center I already have the Yoka. And then I have LeBron as a power forward. Now I need one power forward. Who do I put in that power forward? I'm tempted to pick Tyrese Maxey so that Book can play the 4 and the 3. There's also Jalen Brown. At
Number 5.
4, I have
This is
no
your
other
5th pick.
choice. No, I'm planning my team. So the number 5, the person playing number 5 is the
Okay.
Jokic. So how are we gonna reward
Just by
these points?
whoever, if they score the most points in a game, you get a point. If they don't, you are 0. In all the games they play. So if they miss, so you must also pick a player who will play games. That's why I'm trying to pick. That's why Morant, you know, he's prone to drama, suspension here and there.
Okay. So irrespective, even if they lead that
Even if they lead
10 points.
If they lead with 10 but another player had 12, they don't win. You don't get any points. As long as in that game they stood out. So we are picking players who will stand out in every game they play. So you can go even to Pistons.
The Joker will sometimes have triple-double.
But are those the more... Okay, if you get something like a triple-double, there is a point for that. Because that's a triple-double. We will count that as a point.
Okay. We'll come back and discuss how these points will be awarded. But for now, we pick up the teams. Okay. So, at number 4, who am I gonna give it number 4? I'm tempted to pick KD. Kyrie. I'm going with Spider Mitchell. Michelle.
No, that's your number 5, but then number 4. Okay, Spider. So you're complete. Oh, okay.
I'm planning my team. So Spider, yes. I know it's my 5th pick. But I'm going with
Mitchell,
Spider.
okay. But Mitchell, I must confess to you, you've already put him down, but hey, the last season he struggled, and the other guy was even a star more than him. Anyway.
He go look at Spider's last seasons. Let me pull them for you.
No, I already have my number 5 pick, and I am so glad. I was almost sweating. I thought you will go to that team and pick him. My number 5. I thought of him, but I changed my mind last minute because I saw someone behind him who people look down on. Number 5 is Victor Wembanyama.
Oh my goodness.
Wembanyama! Rejection by Wembanyama! Rejection by Wembanyama! Now my team is complete. So this is team's team, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm gonna read both teams, and then we pick a substitute for each, and we see who will win this at the end of the season. For team number 1, he has LeBron James. Number 2, he has the Joker himself, Nikola Jokic. Number 3, he has Steph Curry. Number 4, he has Devin Booker. And number 5, he has Donovan Mitchell. That is team's team. But for me, as wise as I am, number 1, I have team captain Giannis Antetokounmpo.
In your wisdom or lack of the same.
Number 2, I have Luka Doncic. I call him Donkey because of his work ethic. Number 3, I have Joel Embiid. Number 4, I have Jason Tatum. And number 5, I don't know how we forgot him until last minute. I was praying you don't remember, and God listened to my prayer, you didn't remember him. My number 5 is none other than Victor Wembanyama.
He struggled last season. He's going to struggle this season, I promise you.
But you know, all the games he played, he scored. Bro, this season, remember, you know why? Let me tell you why Wembanyama will shine this season. Wembanyama has a perfect assister. Someone who will assist him the way he wants. Chris Paulo will make that boy shine. And I love Chris Paul for passing the torch and trying to build this man. Who is your substitute? In case one player is injured, we can say.
My one, we can bring him on. This is really interesting. Having seen what OKC did last season, and Durant, forgive me for this, I love you, bro. I'm gonna go with Shai Alexander.
I knew you would do that. My backup, I'm gonna go. Hey, no, all these players might get.
Can I trade right now?
You can trade before the season starts, so you have until the 10th to trade your team. But this is just a sketch we are making. So,
okay. For
my backup now,
okay,
I will go with. I wanna go small. I wanna go small but effective. So I'll go with the Hawk, Mr. Trae Young. Remember, I'm not looking. Trae Young, yeah.
Oh, Trae Young.
Anyway, Chief, this is our team as a sketch. We have up to when the season starts to trade, and we will create a chart. So whoever is a player of the time, we will put like 3 points, and then at the end of the season, we can see who has the most points, and move forward from there. Anyway, Chief, I'm gonna create a very perfect Excel sheet for this one, so that we can see who puts his mouth where
Okay.
the thing is. Chief,
His
I'm
money
looking
where
at the
it
time
belongs.
here.
Yes.
We are at 1 hour and 4 minutes. So
And
yeah, we gotta move on quick before we enter to our enticing segment of Keep It Real. We just have one more debate we wanna have to talk about here, and it's about
Yes.
the hoodie you have on. The Chiefs have started the league very well, and guess who else has started the league very well?
hot,
Guess
blazing.
who else has started the
blazing
league
hot.
blazing hot?
No, say
Blazing hot.
hot first. Yes. Minnesota Vikings
Yes.
are perfect. They're 3-0. They have a perfect record, and I really don't get your why do you support Milwaukee Bucks and you're not supporting Packers?
No,
Green
Chief.
Bay Packers, and then
Yeah.
you're supporting the Vikings, and you're not supporting the Timberwolves. Where
No,
is your
because my
loyalty?
loyalty is where I fell in love. Listen, me and Bucks, I mutually fell in love. Let me tell you a short story of how I fell in love with the Bucks. I had personally, when I came to Arizona, I was a Sun, remember? I was rooting for the Suns. And I remember when they,
This
yeah,
is the most
and because
unfortunate
I was
thing.
still trying to find my NBA
Uh-huh.
team. And I remember going, when I came back, I went to Milwaukee for the Milwaukee watch party. They usually have this watch party where everyone goes and, they cheer for the opposing teams and stuff. And I personally went there to cheer for the Suns. I was the only small fish in a pool of sharks. Cheering, Devin Booker. And then there was Chris Paul was there. I remember very well. I had actually gone to cheer against the Bucks. I didn't like the Bucks. Why? Because I just felt like, it's an underrated team. Giannis still has time to get a championship in future. Chris Paul needs it now because he's almost retiring. But Chief, as the game kept going, nobody was stopping Giannis Antetokounmpo. Nobody was stopping their game. Nobody was stopping Middleton. That was when the Bucks was very coordinated. And Drew Holiday was stopping all our shots from going in. And Chief, in between the game, I saw the pool of people jumping up in joy. And it was like a movie in slow motion. And I saw everyone cheering Bucks. And I saw Giannis do the dunk. And this is a very popular dunk. I think the world knows. If you know Giannis, you remember when he dunked and did like this and looked at the camera like this. Bro.
The mean mug.
That's when I looked at him. I felt like he was looking at me in the eye and told me, know who to support.
I'll tell you, I'll describe that. In French, we call it Yawa de Kodoa. Whatever you just described. In 2021, the Suns were doing very well. They were the number one team in the NBA that season. And this guy here, he came and I told him, the Bucks are going to win this thing. The person who today sits here and tells me how good the Bucks is, in 2021 was telling me how the Bucks was useless. And I was trying to convince him why he should support the Bucks. This guy. I'm surprised in his team he didn't even pick Dame Dollar. Yet he says that this is the Dame Dollar season. Dame time. I'll hold him accountable.
That said, I fell in love with the Bucks. See? And then Minnesota, NFL. I was trying to look for a good team, but you know what? The Vikings, Minnesota, that was one of the first. That was home. And I said, you know what? By the time now I was realizing, bro, where was Timberwolves in 2021? Remember, they were like, bro, nobody knew who Timberwolves were. And
bro, Octopizzo, the great Octopizzo says, Your thing is your thing, even if
That's
the
the
dog
thing, but
is sad.
yeah,
If
but
you
chief,
know what I mean. Support
yeah,
your goal
but the thing is,
even.
I'm supporting teams that I can see their potential and I see what is going on there, bro. In 2021, and that's when I settled. Yeah, but
Where are
no, I
they now?
already, chief, I don't cheat.
Where
I already settled with the Bucks. Yes, if I'm in Minnesota and the Timberwolves are playing Atlanta or Lakers, I will cheer for Timberwolves at the highest volume. But my team, if I am asked, who do you support? I'll just say the Bucks. Unless in 2025, Giannis joins the Dallas Mavericks. Maybe we will go to the city of big things. But anyway, that's said and done. Chief, let us move on. I'm glad the Chiefs and the Vikings have started in
keep it
very hot.
real.
There's a very disturbing video I saw in this entertaining segment of Keep It Real, where the world is changing. A mother was on interview and she said, it is high time parents got consent from their kids before changing their diapers. Because if not, that one is sexual harassment.
When I leave, you just stop there. That is a lazy parent.
Exactly, my boy.
That is a parent who doesn't care about their kids. That is a parent who is just trying to justify their inability to take care of their kids. How do you even conceptualize, how do you even arrive to the thought that this is a baby who cannot do anything to themselves? They're literally depending on you 100%. And you just have to leave them because, and they don't even, they're not in a position where they can't even express themselves because they can't talk. And you're saying that what consent are you looking for from a kid who can't even speak?
Crazy.
I think in this life, sometimes such kind of people, we were supposed to be just locked up in a room with them, and we're given 30 minutes. We're not asking for more. 30 minutes is enough for us to tell them, show them dust. Bro, how lazy can you be? How lazy can you be, bro?
They said it's called consent outrage, and they said this is how parents, according to this lady, I couldn't get her name. I'm trying to look for her name, but she says, whenever you want to change your day,
we don't even want to
before you change your baby's diaper from now, if this woman's thought becomes slow, you have to say, hi baby, is it okay if I change your diaper? I see some doo-doo in there. And the baby must respond before you unhook or unplug the diaper. You are very young. You know, I threw a comment in that post and said, these are the parents who you will come from work as the father or something at like 9 or 5 p.m. and you'll find the baby clogged. The diaper is so full, and they will say, "Oh, the baby didn't give me consent to change the diaper. I asked her, she didn't say anything." Maybe she will allow you.
That's negligence.
3 months old.
That's negligence. Leave alone 3 months. 2 days old. Babies use diapers as early as 2 days. Bro. Their eyes have not even opened up yet. They don't even see, they don't even recognize who you are. They can't even comprehend who the fuck is this person.
Thank you.
Bless you, my brother. Bless you. That thought is even disgusting you to a point it's giving you COVID.
Chief, in another keep it real, let me just move forward.
Yes.
I came across this video,
Yes.
and I just want you to listen to it. Oh wait.
You was not that.
Okay,
I
here.
don't like this shit. Like when I met you, you was not that fucking big, bro. You was not that fucking big at all. Like at all, bro. You need to lay off the snacks, the cakes, the cookies, the motherfucking sodas, all that shit. I'm just done. Like I don't want to do this shit. I swear to God, I don't. I don't like this shit. Like when I'm
A woman allegedly divorced the man or left his man. I don't know if they were married, but the woman walked away from his man. Let me say that. Because because the man had added weight. And the man now has a pot belly. And the woman was saying it as is. Okay. I looked at that video and I said, okay, the woman wants to leave because the man has gained weight, okay. But Chief, my first thought process was, what if it was reversed? And a man looked at the wife or the woman and said, you are fat! So the woman said as it was, you are fat! You have gained too much weight! You need to lose that. I'm leaving you because of that. Chief, you know you'll be in court the next day. I don't know. What do you think about that?
This is a very sensitive topic, and I'll try I'll try to be careful with my my words. I want to encourage couples who are watching us today, girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever thing you feel that your better half has changed on from the beginning of the time, since the time you guys started seeing each other, and you feel you need to address it. First, address it respectfully. Second, if there's a way that you can do it together to bring that motivation, because in one way or another, you're responsible of how I look if you're my wife or my girlfriend, and I'm responsible of how you look. So, in one way or another, the lady is responsible for this dude to be fat in one way or another, and vice versa. They can just subscribe to all these gym challenges and go there as couples. It's gonna enhance your bond.
I totally understand, and yeah, as I said, the only thing I found very wrong with this video is, okay, yeah, let me say, because I looked at the man, yes, he's really pound for pound, but there's other ways you can say it, because literally, if you ever tell a lady, regardless, even if it's just as a joke, hey, you even if it's just a slight, you've added a little bit, that's World War. That pisses them off so bad. And this lady saying it live on air like that is crazy. Anyway, Chief, just before I leave, I don't know if you have any keep it real segment. Okay.
Yeah, I have one.
Yes.
I have one for you. I have one for you. Have you ever been to San Diego?
No, you didn't take me. I remember when I visited you said you should drive. Yeah.
California? Oh yeah. California?
No.
Have you been to California before?
I haven't been much of the West. So,
allegedly, crime rate in San Diego, and I'm sure if you on TikTok street you've seen this, where people just raid Gucci stores and they just steal, like they go, and it's crazy. The crime rate, even they encourage people, if you go to places, there's some places in San Diego when you go, if you have your car, don't leave anything in the back seat, because they will smash your car window, and that's how bad it is. And on TikTok, on this street, there are places where when the videos that have been trending, people raiding these big stores and stealing jewelry, bags, shoes, and all that kind of stuff. Now, allegedly, there's this public notice in San Francisco. Sorry, I mean San Diego too, because it's just the neighbors. Now, theft has been so rampant in San Francisco to a point they've come up with a banner. You see, when you're driving and there's a HOV telling you if you exceed this, a public notice sign that will alert you that if you use this lane and So San Francisco has come up with a sign. And this is what the sign reads, okay? Stolen goods must remain under $950.
Stolen goods.
So you can steal. Yes, you can steal, but please maintain maintain the theft at $950. If you exceed to $951, then now it's illegal. But if you steal anything below $950, then it's perfect, steal and go. What's your reaction to this? Are we normalizing
Chief? And I think we said it
nowadays. It is a public notice.
And I think we said it in one of the podcasts. We are letting too much slide. While people don't want to employ others, saying, oh, those are just too much drama. So you can't have more security guards in malls and stuff like that. You've gotten to a point now you are telling thieves, yes, you can steal, but ensure you steal only up to this limit. And is it legal if you steal 840?
That's what. So long as it is 950 and below. The most thing you can steal if you're walking and you see a bag that is 950.
So that means if me and you go and we both steal 950, that's still above the bro.
That's what they're trying to
the world is in a very weird situation right now, Chief. I don't know what to say. Because we can't just live like this. We can't have a situation. How do you even allow? I never thought in a modern world we'll ever allow robbery. I never thought, like, you know what? Thieves can go about their business. I've never thought.
Yeah, sad to see. But next time
I'm not
visit
visiting
San Francisco, bro.
I'm not visiting.
Just
if I visit, maybe I'm on an Uber. I can't even now leave anything down. I can't even drive there. If that's the case, because I once saw where they leave their trunks, like you said, trunks open, windows down, so that when thieves come, they just look and see what's around. But, and it's so sad. It's very, very sad.
You had something for me on the
I did.
There's somebody
Oh.
to yes.
Oh yeah. Let me see.
I waited.
Let me see if I can have them come here quick.
As you're doing that, I have one parting shot for our viewers, and I want to encourage us to be having a parting shot every time we do this. And it's from one person I look up to, one person who's been a great inspiration in my life. He posted a video on his social, Barbaria Farms. He's a good farm, one of Kenya's best farmers. And he gave a scenario of when he was in high school. One of his teachers came, one of his favorite teachers came and gave them a question on the board and told them to, to solve it. Everybody did, and then he shouted their answers, and then he gave them a chance that could you go back at the back of the class and look at it from a different direction, because everybody was having different answers. In a nutshell, what he was trying to say that sometimes in life we encounter issues. We have challenges that might come our ways, And at that moment, you're looking at them from a perspective where we are head on with those challenges. And he was trying to encourage us that in these moments, when you find that you're in a place or in a situation where you're head on and you don't see anything in that scenario, take a backseat, take a glance and see a wider view of the challenges or the problems that you're facing at that moment. Probably you might have a good angle rather than facing it head on. That's my parting shot.
Yes, I just reached out that they are not able to join this right now. Though next time he said we will start the podcast with them so that we can kick it off. I will. I also have a parting shot before we leave, and this is just advice to all the men like you.
Yes.
And I just wanted to say it in a low tone so that everyone can hear. Women will be mad if you tell them a lady gave you their